You're live, it says YouTube on my screen. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Miriam Cunha, and I am talking to you from the beautiful city of Kelowna in the Okanagan Valley, British Columbia, Canada, North America, planet Earth. Wow, all the coordinates. Actually, talking about coordinates. Wow, the coordinates. I don't know if I know that word in English. Well, how you find a geographic area. I found out lately that 606 is the number where you find the planet Earth on this galaxy. How interesting is that? Six, the number of man, of humankind. So many things have been inverted. So many things, no. Everything has been inverted on this planet. Do you realize that? Because that is probably one of the most important things to realize when you want to look for what's true and what's really going on this planet. So realizing that everything that we have been taught has been inverted is very important. Just meditate about that. And one of these days, I will make a video about that. Today, we're going to talk about a different subject, which also correlates to the inversion of energies in a different way. But it's the amazing power of our sexual energy. And I'm dressing red not because of the subject. I'm having hearts here, not because of the subject, no. It's just because today on the Mayan calendar is the red moon. And the red moon brings us the energy of purifying our emotions. And I decided to work with this color today because it gives us energy, active energy. And the subject is very intense, very deep, and it needs more energy. All right. So, something that has been a taboo for almost everybody on this planet. If you have been involved or grew up on a certain religion, on a certain belief, a set of rules, almost everything has been teaching us that in some way or another, sex is not something that we should be talking about, or that we should be questioning about, or that we should know more about. And that is where we have been deprived of one of our biggest creation powers. That's right. Think about one thing. A man and a woman, when they get together and have a sex encounter and share their energies, they are capable of creating an entire new human being body, which is an entire new universe that is created just with this act of exchange of energy. And I say energy because everything is energy. Matter is energy. It's nothing but energy that is more condensed, more compact. But it's energy. Everything is energy. We are energy. And energy has polarity. To understand the principle of creation of the universe, we need to understand about polarities. And polarities are negative and positive. Men and women, black and white, up and down, day and night. All of these are opposites that complement each other. And when things complement each other, they when they get in contact with when those two polarities get in contact, it's just like it creates electricity. Have you thought about the negative and the positive polarity that when you plug when you plug something on the wall to turn on, that is magic. Oh, or is it sexual energy? Sexual energy. So what is sexual energy? It's everything that creates something else out of that energy of the opposites that spark together. Wow, I don't know if I put that in the right words, but I'm going to share a screen with you that shows an interesting graphic. Let's see here. Graphics sometimes are easier to understand. I think this is the screen here. Yeah, this one, but I want to show you first this one here. Okay, what's happening here? I lost my. I think I'm sharing the right screen anyway. If you're seeing an animation of a human being with the spinning Kabbalah tree or tree of life or sacred geometry in the body, that is the image that I wanted to share. I'm gonna just minimize this other screen here so that I can see better. All right. So this screen, just let me make sure. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. So you see the magic of the energy that happens there, and that's one human being activating it. And where I wanted to get to is, so we have both polarities in our bodies. So in reality, to work with sexual magic, we don't really need a partner. We need the polarities inside ourselves. And of course, if we work that energy with a partner, it is as powerful to create something, a human being, and then using it ourselves too. Although with using it ourselves, polarity, we haven't got to the point yet that we can recreate a being ourselves. But maybe in the future, with our evolution, who knows? But right now, we can actually use our own polarity of energy to create the reality of our lives that we want. And that is why this knowledge has been hidden from humanity for so long because the beings that control this planet until now, but they are leaving because we are transitioning, but this is a different subject. Anyway, there were beings that have been controlling the planet until now. They didn't want humans to know how powerful they were, and they kept this knowledge hidden, and they inverted everything. They made it look dirty. They made us feel guilty. They inverted the practices to actually destroy instead of creating beautiful things, and inverted lots of things. So now you see a female has the positive polarity of her energy on her body, on her heart, and the negative polarity on her sexual organs. And the man is the opposite. The negative polarity is in the heart, and the positive polarity is in the sexual organs, meaning that they are a match. Ah, just like a plug into the wall that creates electricity. See? Hmm. Very interesting. So put those two human beings together in an ecstasy meditation state of being, and you create magic. You can create anything you want by using this energy on the proper way and knowing how it works. So another thing I wanted to show you. This is a website I found. If you want to look at the website after, it's called rootshunt.com, and it's about Tantra, science with Tantra. Tantra, it's how it is known, the practice of sacred sexual, uh, let me rephrase it. It's the practice of sacred sex, meaning knowing how powerful sex is and doing it with the intention, knowing that you are working with this very powerful energy of the bodies of a female and a male, or just one of them, just you alone with your own energy, making love to the cosmos. I heard that from a shaman friend who is actually going to come to this channel pretty soon, and I'll disclose that at the end, because it's some changes on the channel that are coming pretty soon, and I will announce that at the end. But he actually mentioned that this amazing feeling that you get when you are in ecstasies of meditation, when you feel yourself connected to everything and you are in bliss, that is making love to the universe, making love to the cosmos, making love to all there is. That was very interesting to understand too, and it's very rewarding to be able to know what that is in practice. So I really uh, propose you to enter in deep states of meditation, looking for bliss through your own energy, finding the rainbow energy inside of you that connects with everything. Then you get into this cosmic orgasm. And let's demystify the words, like orgasm is a beautiful thing. It's it's undescribable. You gotta try it, but put intentions on it. And I want to talk about that, the fact of the intention on this act of magic, because that is very important. But let's go through this website before, so that we go through the understanding of the physics and science of energy as we know so far. Okay, so this concept is so let's move tantrum. So we gotta understand what an atom is. And if you pass science on high school, you should know what an atom is. As far as we know, one of the smallest particles that we know that everything is composed of. And an atom has an electron, which is the negative energy running around the nucleus. And the nucleus is composed of protons and neutrons. Proton is the positive polarity, and neutron is neutral, because it's, well, the word says it's neutral. Neutron. It's funny that The positive energy needs a neutron. All right, so this is an atom, and this is energy, always moving. Everything you're looking at right now, even empty space, empty, it's not really empty. It's, it's energy full of atoms moving around. Yeah, our body is composed of atoms of different kinds that form different molecules, that form different cells, that form different shapes, and it's everything is energy. All right, so this is an atom. All right, atoms are the basic building blocks of ordinary matter. That's what we were talking. Atoms can join together to form molecules. I was saying that, which in turn form most of the objects around you. Then this is science. It's not a conspiracy theory. Atoms are composed of particles called protons, electrons, and neutrons. Now look at that. Protons, the positive part of the atom, carry a positive electrical charge, and the electrons carry the negative electrical charge. The proton is equivalent to the Hindu god Shiva, the destroyer. All these ancient gods and goddesses, they represent certain forms of energy, archetypes that teach us about how the universe works. Shiva is an archetype of destructive energy, which is not a bad thing. It is a necessary thing because when you want to build something new, you need to get rid of the old. And that's what we're going through right now in this planet. We're getting rid of the old system and welcoming the new system. So Shiva, it's the Shiva energy is acting, and then the Shakti energy is going to come in and build again a new earth. All right, so electron is equivalent to the Hindu god Shakti, which is equivalent to Mother Nature. Now, did you see something interesting? The proton, which is the positive charge, the positive electrical charge, is actually the destroyer. And Shakti, the electron, which is the negative charge, is related to Mother Nature, and is the the constructor, the that's what I was saying at the beginning. Everything is inverted. Women have been carrying for so many years this guilt created by the system and by religions that we are guilty of all the sins on this planet, that we are the bad ones. You know, Eve gave the apple, not give, incited Adam to eat the apple, which kicked them out of paradise. Well, it's not exactly like that. It didn't happen exactly like that. That story was actually manipulated to make women feel inferior, guilty, and to be controlled because we are the positive charge. We are actually positive. I'm sorry, I'm inverting things. We are the negative charge, but we are Shakti. We're not Shiva. All right. So proton also play a significant role because the tendency for an atom to either lose, gain, or share electrons is dependent upon the charge of the nucleus. And the electron is the only fundamental particle that takes active part in any chemical reaction and so results in the molecule or a compound formation. This is, and this, that's the female energy. This is the electron that is responsible for chemical reactions and so gives birth to three different states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. Aha. So the electron, which supposedly is the negative charge. You see, you can't keep these concepts like negative is bad, positive is good, because it's not like that. Both charges are necessary to create everything there is. But the electron, the negative charge, is actually the responsible for the chemical reactions to give birth to the other molecules and to the different states of matter. So the number of electrons and their configuration, commonly known as electronic configuration, differs in various atoms and gives birth to so-called elements or life. There is a difference between male and female energies. The difference in energies is not to conflict, important, not to conflict, but to complement each other and help the process of creation, just like nature. So when you look at nature, I'm gonna, let's see, because I want to jump into other things, but male and female chakras. Well, just one more thing. The chakras are vortexes of energy. Some people think that it's some kind of BS information, but not exactly. Maybe some concepts of chakras are, but we do have those vortexes of energy in our bodies. And these vortexes of energy, known as chakras, they rotate in different directions. And that this is very interesting because the female electrons rotate anti-clockwise, which is the energy that releases, and clockwise is the protons or males, which is the one that brings in, attracts. All right, so here you have the polarities turning on opposite ways. The waves created by the flow of energy on this chart animation here. And what I wanted to show you here, the qualities of the chakras between the females, the difference between the female and the male chakras spinning directions. So when the root chakra in the female rotates anti-clockwise, in a male, it rotates clockwise. The Hara chakra, which is the orange chakra, the creativity, the womb, rotates clockwise in a female and anti-clockwise in a male. And so on and so on. They are all always opposites rotation, meaning that they complement each other. And a male and a female have the perfect match of energy that creates a boom, a boom. All right. So this is what I wanted to show you. Let me stop sharing the screen. And I'm back on the big screen. So let's jump into what I wanted to jump, the power of this energy. I just needed to show this concepts of science and atoms and the negative and positive charges of the atom, because it is important to remember that and to have this into consideration, to understand the power of our sexual energy to create things, to create matter, to create realities, to create another human being or universe. Very, very, very important, very powerful. All right, so what I was going to jump into before was one of the things that I always emphasize when I give readings and talk to people is that when you're in a relationship with someone that you have a sexual relationship, It's very important to understand that every emotion and every thought that you are having, that you bring into that moment of having sex or making love or connecting the opposite polarities of your body energy, everything you bring into that moment when you create that connection of energy and have an orgasm gets amplified, and chances are most will become true. Do you realize what I just said? That emotions and thoughts you have during that moment of the spark energy of orgasm when you're making love to someone might become true, might become a reality. It's very important to understand that because that's where the power remains. And in my own theory, I think that is the reason why the world has been in such a chaotic state until now, because we are not taught this important piece of information. We are not taught how powerful we are, and we are not taught that our emotions and thoughts influence the outcome of our reality, the creation of our reality, when we bring them into a couple making love and having an orgasm moment. That moment, it's when you're having an orgasm, either with a partner or with your own self. It's the moment when you reach a state of connection with the cosmos that is of very high vibration. And when you connect these polarities of energy, either connecting your own polarities or the polarities with the partner, are creating a new reality. And if a couple, which I know it's like very common, and you hear that on movies and stories and soap operas, and like we're all taught that disagreements in a couple can be resolved in bed. It's a big mistake. It's a big mistake, because how are you going to resolve anything that is negative by amplifying that negativity through sex? So when you're having sex and you bring a disagreement, let's say you just had a fight with your partner, and then you look at each other, and then you have this big sexual attraction instinct match, have sex, orgasm, you just amplified all this disagreement you had, and you keep fighting more and more because you're amplifying that reality. So after you know this, you can't unknow unknow it. I'm sorry to break it to you, but you can't unknown after that. You are now officially conscious about the power of your sexual energy, the power of creation. And that is why so many occult magic practitioners keep it hidden. I wouldn't put that all that into the magician practitioners, but the institutions that are around, still around this planet, especially religions, have kept this knowledge very, very hidden and secret, and that we are supposed not to talk about this openly, and we're supposed to keep it quiet for ourselves. Um, Yeah, that keeps us blind to our own power, to our own energy, to knowing ourselves. And since I said now, knowing ourselves, it's one of the most important jobs right now, especially because at the moment the cosmos is having an orgasm and is sending energy directly to the planet Earth for a big change, a big shift. So we're kind of like receiving this or orgasmic energy of the cosmos, and we are giving the tools to create a new earth, a new reality. And that is so important right now. So knowing yourself, who you are, your power through meditation. Meditation is very important right now. What is meditation? It's getting quiet, yeah, going inside and listening to yourself, listening to yourself, that it's inside the body, because you are not the body. You are in the body, experiencing this journey here through the body, experiencing this reality through the body. But who are you really? And only you can get to answer that. I can get to answer that for me, for what I have experienced through my meditation, going inside myself and knowing myself. But this is a very individual kind of work. And you should be doing that. Still have time, very short time, because we're reaching the peak of this transition. And if you don't do that right now, you're going to look back to a place, a reality that will review everything exactly how, well, not exactly, but review things the way this system has been until now. And do you really want that? Many will look back, and the ones of us who have decided that we're not looking back, that we are advancing in our journey to a different experience that is more constructive and harmonic, we are conscious now that we have to be detached from many things, because there will be a separation on this process. But that's not what this video is about. Let's go back to the subject of sexual energy. This beautiful, amazing, powerful energy we all have, that it's composed of the negative and positive electrical charges of our body together with our magnetism that creates anything we want to direct our thoughts and emotions to. And the reason why it's so important to keep checking our vibration levels at every second of your present moment, that's all there is, it's the present. And checking why, because checking, okay, I just watched this happening in this other side of the world, and people are suffering, and it's horrible, and then your vibrations start going down, going sad, and anxiety. Ooh, okay, breathe, breathe, let it go back to the vibrations that are constructive, or step back, observe. While you can observe the realities happening around the world with neutrality, it's okay. Otherwise, step out, because we are in a very crucial moment. And back to our sexual energy of creating our realities, by understanding this power we have of our energy polarities, and how to meditate through them and reach this or cosmic orgasm, connecting with everything. We can input on that moment all the positive intentions of a new reality for ourselves. Not only that, but you can also input there the intention of releasing things that are not serving you anymore, releasing things that hurt you, releasing things and experiences that you've been carrying on, not only from you, from your own experience, but from your ancestrals and who knows what. Anything that is not necessary can be released by using this amazing power of our sexual energy. Through connecting with our sexual energy, and now I'm going to talk about ourselves with ourselves without an external partner, because many people don't have a partner to have physical sex with, but you with yourself can have that cosmic love, true love, which is, it's probably, well, no, I don't want to say that, but uh, it's it's amazing. um, I can tell you by experience. Your energy glows. You find out that you are a set of amazing rainbows. All these atoms running around, there are rainbows. I've seen that in one of my inner journeys. Anyway, okay, so we are on a moment of very important decisions. So you have to meditate on what is that you want for yourself. You have to meditate on who are you, and then you will start having information about where you're coming from, your origins, and where do you want to go from here. Remember that uh, even like the old sacred books have said, well, this thing is one special book, the Bible. Uh, One of the passages, despite the reality or not of Jesus, but this character that says these beautiful things on the Bible, is said in my father's house there are many rooms. I think it's being translated like that, and there are different kinds of translations. Who knows exactly how it was in Sanskrit? But the way I interpret that is that this universe has many places, many different realities, just like this this beautiful flower of life sacred geometry drawing shows all these different combinations and spaces. So the universe has infinite spaces and realities. We're not aware of all of them right now. It would be overwhelming to our physical body to actually be aware of everything. But the thing is that where do you want to go from here, right? It's very important to understand that we are going through the peak of a huge transition, a cycle, and if we kept on knowing what the ancients left us as knowledge, we would know that this is the end of a big cycle and the beginning of another one, which interlaces, and it's kind of like when it does that, it creates this orgasmic situation where beings experiencing this, and that is why so many beings want to be here right now, because when you experience this transition, you are experiencing a cosmic orgasm of a very, very big magnitude, capable of creating many different realities for our individuals here. So meditating about who you are and what do you want from you from now on for your experience as a soul, and meditating using your sexual energy, your polarities, connecting the with the energy of this uh, how could I say, I have it on my logo. Well, if you look at my logo, I have this drawing of several layers, rainbow around a human body, and that is a 2D representation of actually something that is 3D, three dimensional, and it's like looking at an apple or a torus, your center, the core of the apple being the body, and the energy is the stores around which keeps moving. We're not aware of it because we don't see it all the time. Some of us can see it, but many people don't see that energy. But we have this field of energy, and this field of energy on in average can reach 6 feet. Do you see why they're trying to keep us 6 feet apart? Because so many people are awakening. That can be contagious. Awakening, it's something that can be contagious because when you raise your vibes, when you get into this inner cosmic orgasm using your own sexual power, powerful energy, you can bring other beings with you. It's contagious. Oh, this beautiful energy can be contagious. That's why you gotta keep separate. Don't get closer to me. uh, Laughing about this whole comedy that is happening right now is the best thing you can do to neutralize it, because it's just being played out. It needs to be played out, and you just observe and laugh and do your own inner work. Work on yourself. Go inside yourself. Work this energy. Have a cosmic orgasm. It's the best thing ever. And if you have a partner, actively having sex with someone, put consciousness and intentions into that moment you're having an orgasm together. You can create an entire beautiful reality for you as a couple by using this energy. And how do you, okay, maybe you're asking, how do you put this intention when you're having an orgasm? Because you're not thinking about anything, you're just being taken by this instinct. Breathing. I gotta talk about this breathing. Okay, but when how do you put that intention? Set the intentions way before, and it's okay. These are the intentions we're gonna work on, and by the moment you set the intentions before, they are already there, and you set your vibrations high. Have sex with someone when your vibrations of both of you are high, because if one of the persons into a sexual interaction is having lower vibrations and negativity, and can pull the other person down, and it can create a lot of damage in their lives, and you can even start getting sick. Your body can, yeah. So it's very important to be aware of that. And for women, it's very important to be aware that since we are the receivers of that physical energy that comes through when the man has an orgasm, it's very important to understand that at that moment you're receiving the energy of life of that person, life experiences, emotions, thoughts, karma, ancestral experiences. So Choose well your partner, especially women, because we are receiving that. Having several sexual partners. And I'm not saying that as of Puritanism or religion. I'm saying that because that's how it works. Having several sexual partners of not known origin, meaning you don't know them, you don't know their feelings, their thoughts, their intentions, and accepting that energy, it can create a lot of unbalance to your life and to your reality. And it takes a lot, it's a lot of work to fix all of that. So if you can avoid that, it's much better to just have sex with yourself. Just saying. Like I said, that's not because of Puritanism. It's just how the energy works. This is one of the most powerful tools we have to manifest reality. And we have to learn how to use it well. How to use it well is just setting the vibrations high and putting positive intentions and emotions into this cosmic energy, into your orgasm, either alone with yourself or with a partner. And what was it I wanted to say before? It's receptive. Oh yes. I I have another 10 minutes to close this, and I'm gonna touch into the subject of astral encounters that are of sexual nature. That is another very, very important thing to be aware of, because certain beings that are not exactly humans, and some that are humans, and astral travel, and they intentionally or non intentionally really encounter you on astral traveling when you're sleeping, and you wake up with this memory of a dream that you had sex with this person, and sometimes they make it look like it's somebody that you like, and then what they do is that they suck your energy, they suck your sexual energy. You wake up depleted, in a way happy, because certain beings they inject some sort of energetic dopamine on women, especially during the astral sleeping travel sexual encounter, and you end up intoxicated, and things start going wrong because your energy is being sucked. How do you get rid of that if you're experiencing that? Empower yourself to say no. No, this no didn't sound very good. So let's try it again. Empower yourself to say, no, I don't want that, get away. And that's enough, because all they need is your permission. And if they make it look like it's somebody you like, you might fall for it. So ask, are you who you really presenting yourself that you are? I don't want to have this encounter with you, get away. That's simple. It's very simple. And maybe I will do another video about that, but it's a very heavy subject. Other people have touched on this, and I just wanted to make you aware of that in terms of the sexual energy, because there are lots of sexual energy predators on this planet, and that is what is being cleaned right now from the underground tunnels around the planet, because many women, especially, and children have been abducted year after year for many centuries, being sexually abused and tortured by these creatures because they don't know how to tap into their own energy power, their own sexual power, and they need to suck it from humans. Yeah, it's shocking, absurd, but all these things are going to come out more and more. We some of us have been aware of that for a while, but most people in the world haven't been aware because the system and the media and the religions and the games and the entertainment and everything has been distracting people from actually looking at what's happening. Because once people start looking at what's really happening, they feel that they need to do something about it, right? Once you acknowledge something, you feel you need to do something about it. And that is happening now because we are in the transition of opening up to truths, the truths about ourselves and the truths about our system as well. And I was touching on that just because it is a misuse of sexual energy. Well, on the point of view of those predators, they don't think it is. But it is for us because it destroys us, destroys our energy. But it's in us to actually make the statement, the serious statement of drawing the boundary from what we want and what we don't want in our lives. And that relates again to emotional abuse and to fear, which are videos I made before. And if you want to take a look on my channel, you can watch those videos that I explain more about that. And we're getting close to the hour. I would like to conclude this subject, and I would like to announce that my channel is gonna start having videos in Spanish, and that will happen on Thursdays afternoons at 2 p.m. Pacific time. This Thursday, we're gonna have Sahidi. She was here last Sunday. I interviewed her, and we felt the need of having her in Spanish because it will flow better. She has so much knowledge to share that it's amazing, and will be in Spanish. And we're also going to have Shaman from Mexico. His name is Akta, and he's going to be sharing his knowledge, deep knowledge. And lined up too, Susie Kwan. We're going to do that in Spanish as well. That will be on Thursdays in the afternoon at 2 p.m. from the Pacific time. So I will see you this Thursday. I'm going to program the video because I haven't put it online already. I mean, put the advertising of the video, but it's a decision that I made this weekend. Call that was needed to do that, and so we'll be doing that in Spanish as well, and maybe who knows in Portuguese in the future. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. My page is Miriam Cunha. All the links are below. And yeah, let's keep vibrating high despite everything you see on the mainstream media that is there to frighten you. Do you want to feel afraid or do you want to empower yourself? Do you want to have a cosmic orgasm and create a new, positive, balanced, harmonic reality for yourself? Or do you want to look back into the old system, vibrating in fear, complying with the distance? All right. I love you all. Please click subscribe and share. Let's build this community. Join the group TransVibrating and on Facebook. The link is below as well. And I'll see you next Thursday and Sunday again. Let's find the button to end this. There, I found it.